Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to all your sincere Akim out there that are pushing this gospel in all righteousness and in all sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. So yeah, I'm just meditating on this, okay, how the evil day is coming, the hour of temptation is coming, and Jake is out here hoping and praying that, alright, all this hell that is happening upon the earth right now, all the judgments from the Most High, the signs of the end, the plagues, the pestilence, the nations warring against nations, basically everything that is good. I was spoken of some Second Ezra 15:16, Matthew the 24th chapter, Luke the 12th chapter. Jake is out here praying that all these things will just basically be done away with. Alright, that the Most High will make it so that these evil days will pass. Right, to make it so that everything will just go back to normal. That's basically what 2/3 of our people are want. And that's why they take the stab. That's why they'll take the chip as well, because they want everything to go back to normal. But I can't, we can't make that prayer. We don't want things to go back to normal. We want things to escalate. We want things to get as bad as it can get. We want prophecy to continue. Let the Most High's will be done. And we already know what the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is: to bring nuclear fire and nuclear destruction upon this world, to completely wipe this world off the face of the earth. You're going to precepts like Second Peter, the 3rd chapter, and it tells you exactly what the Most High has planned for this earth. So yeah, I'll go to that. One of my favorite precepts. So, yeah, I always love bringing this out. 2 Peter chapter 3, and I will start from verse 7. 2 Peter 3, verse 7, and it reads, "But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men." And that's right. Okay, so this world, this heaven, this earth, this current eon, this earth age, the end of it is fire. Okay, judgment to the wicked of the world. Esau, Edom, you heathen, 2/3 of our people. That's what the Most High has planned for the earth right now. And that's basically what is going to come upon the earth. So let me get this one as well. 2 Peter 3, verse 10. Jumping down. But the day of Yahweh, the day of the Lord, that all you Christians believe that it's going to be peace and love and, blessings everywhere. Everybody is going to be happy when the day of the Lord comes. In the second coming, it's going to be all, rainbows and all this peace and, all this hippie shit that these Christians out here be thinking of. They think that it's going to be peace. There's not going to be any judgment for the wickedness that you have done. Alright, you allow yourself to continue in wickedness, you break down the scriptures wrong, you commit all kinds of evils, all kinds of abominations, even blasphemies against the Most High by by saying that him and his son are a bunch of leprous freaks. But you believe that you'll be okay in that time, that the Most High will not requite you for all of this, for your persecutions against the men of the Lord, and you think that the Most High will not requite you for all of this. Well, let me show you what the day of the Lord is all about, so you can see for yourself, alright, from the scriptures, your precious New Testament that you always talk about, so you can hear and fear, alright, because this is a lesson for anybody that is new that happens to stumble upon this channel, so you know exactly what we're talking about when we say the day of the Most High. So continue, 2 Peter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So the Most High isn't happy with all the shit that you Edomites have created, all the advanced technology and the basically all the advancements in technology. The Most High is not happy with it because a lot of it was done in wickedness. First and foremost, exploiting the people of the Lord, the Israelites, in order to make majority of the things that you see on this earth. Because guess what? Most of the things that were invented were actually invented by Jake, and it was mainly Jake being exploited by Esau in order to make all these things, right? Or even more so, they were made in wickedness. They were made by these wicked elites, without concern for the laws of the Most High. A lot of the you go into the foods, abominable foods, the medicine, made with abominable, maybe chemicals, and extracted from abominable meats. All right, a lot of the processes that were used, and go into a lot of these cars, a lot of the technology that we use using fossil fuel, which is basically extracting the oil from the earth and destroying the earth in order to make all of these things. You see companies like Nestle, in order to make their products, are basically drying up whole rivers, okay, whole lakes, just in order to make their products, stealing water from the earth. And also in order to fuel his war machine, in order to fuel his new world order, he's drying up the oil reserves of the earth. That's why all these things have to be destroyed, okay? The whole world has to be destroyed because guess what scripture says? The whole world lieth in wickedness, all right? And this is why we are waiting for this day, because we are waiting for judgments to fall upon the earth, for judgments, okay? But a lot of our people think that somehow, some way, in some way, shape, or form, that things will go back to normal. And naturally, okay, naturally, if you are in this truth, that is the farthest thing from your mind. In fact, you are praying that the Most High not be slack, you are praying that the things keep on escalating, that the day of the Lord come closer and closer, that this place be destroyed. That's what I usually say at the end of all my lessons. Wa abad baba, now what destroy Babylon, destroy this wicked kingdom, destroy this beast system, break the tools, let's get the hell out of here. Okay. And this is the year of hastening unto the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So you should know exactly what that means. And I just read unto you, or I read to you one of the one of the things that would happen in the day of the Lord, fire and judgment, all right? It's not just going to be peace and blessings. Of course, you'll have the elect being saved. That's a big doctrine, a big part of the doctrine that we teach. But that doesn't mean that that the people that are left behind, nothing is going to happen to them. Alright, the Most High is planning on bringing fire and destruction, and completely destroying the work, everything that is upon it on the surface of the earth, wiping it all out. And there's going to be so many of this, slain of the Lord. You go into the book of Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, where he talks about how there's going to be so many dead people that will actually have to be grave diggers and buriers. Okay, people actually have to be picked out, appointed to be actually burying the bodies. But we talk about the day of the Lord. So let me get another preset going into the day of the Lord, because even though we always talk about how we want this day of the Lord to come, we want Yahweh to come, we already understand that it's not going to be all peace and rainbow. It's not going to be all it's not going to be a good day in that day, man. So this is the book of Amos 5, verse 18, and it reads, "Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light." That's basically what it's going into, because the day of the Most High is something to fear, okay? But we know, okay, we know about the evil that is coming in the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We know, but it's kind of like when you first come into this truth, they tell you we tell you to count the cost, to know what you have to do in order to get into this truth. But you can spend all your life you can spend as much time as you want counting the cost, and if you see that you're not ready, it doesn't matter. All right, you still have to come into this thing, because you can't just say, oh, let me just wait until I get right, let me just wait until I'm ready to actually do it, because that is what we know what scripture says, when that as soon as you come to the Most High as soon as possible. So I'm trying to remember how the precept goes, but it's escaping my mind. But basically, you come to the Most High as soon as you can. You repent and you turn back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua as quickly as possible, because that's what because that is basically the spirit that we're in. You can count the cost for the end of for the price for this truth all you want, but at the end of the day, we still have to come into this thing, because we fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and we don't want to waste any time, okay, thinking about whether we should do it or not, obsessing over the little things. What you want to do is to come after the Most High, so that we can have mercy and can receive that salvation. And it's basically the same with the day of the Most High. We know that right, it's going to be it's going to be bad times in those days. It's going to be a horrible situation upon the whole earth. But at the end of the day, we know that we have to pass through that fire in order to make it into the kingdom. It is the only way out. That's basically what it is. That the day of the Most High, the day of Yahweh, is the only way out. Alright, and things won't go back to normal. Both the left and the right hands of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua are working tirelessly for this day to come. Okay, and this is not something to fear because you understand that. And I'm going to get into it a little bit later. So let me continue going into what the main topic. You speak with a lot of it because you speak with a lot of jakes, especially here in Nigeria, and their mindset is basically, let's just do and go and so you can go back to normal. Let's just do so I can go back to normal. Everybody wants to go back to normal. They don't want things to get worse. They don't want things to get bad, which of course is perfectly normal. But through much tribulation, as it is written, through much tribulation do we inherit the kingdom. All the hell that is being put upon the earth right now, all the hell that we're catching right now, is for the sake of the kingdom. So we just diligently take it, we just close our eyes and take it and pray to the Most High that He give us the spirit to endure unto the end. That's the main thing right there. Pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that He give us the spirit to endure unto the end because it's starting to come down to the wire. With the new mandates that are out here right now, you're starting to see just how serious and how bad it can get. The spirit is starting to, the spirit is starting to, show and reveal to brothers that things are about to get bad. And right now it's the time that we buckle up in these things so that we do not fall. All right, and we not, fall out of this truth. We don't, lose our salvation, lose our souls. All right, to temptations. Okay, because like I was saying, Jake wants to go back to normal. They want to go back to the old ways. But what is your normal? It's wickedness, with adultery, eating of abominable foods, idol worship, the wickedness that all these chicks in the world usually do. They want to continue in that way. But you can't, man. You can't, you can't have that. Even now, these pastors talking about pray for the world, pray for peace, pray for this infection to pass. And how can you have peace or even a half decent world when the Edomites are in rulership? You know what scripture says? When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. The reason why all this hell is going on upon the earth right now is because the true rulers, all right, have possessed the land but a little. You know, the true rulers, the Israelites, aren't in power, but the wicked are in power. And because the wicked are in power, that's why wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. So let me jump to Amos, the 6th chapter. So Amos 6, verse 1, and it reads, Woe to them that are at ease in Zion, and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came. Pass ye unto Calneh and see, and from thence go ye to Hamath the great, then go down to Gath of the Philistines. Be they better than these kingdoms, or their border greater than your border? And this is basically the Most High telling you that why are you trusting in this place? Why are you trusting in Egypt? All the kingdoms of old. Do you think that this current kingdom, this current rulership is better than any of them? You go back into the past, basically. And it's just, this is one of those many different translations for the scriptures. It's not the actual breakdown, but it's basically what is, what is being said here. In all the kingdoms of old, why is this mountain of Babylon, this mountain of Egypt, this mountain of Samaria, why do you believe that it's better than, that is so great that you can trust in it, that you can rest in it? So Amos 6 verse 3, He that put far away the evil day and caused the seat of violence to come near. And that's basically what our people are doing. They're trying to push back the judgment of the Most High as far as possible. They're trying to avoid judgment. They're trying to push back the day of the Lord, the day of Yahweh Hashim Yahushai as far as possible by talking about pray for peace, pray that we shall overcome. But that's not the spirit that you should be in right now. The spirit that you should be in is let the day of Yahweh Hashim Yahushai come. Whatever, no matter how bad it gets, let it come. Come what may, okay? If you truly believe in Yahweh Hashim Yahushai, if you truly believe in the Most High, then you can't wait for the day of judgment, okay? Like I read, the day of judgment and the perdition of ungodly men. You can't wait for the day that, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai comes upon the earth, the day of Yahweh, the day of the Lord, because you know that with everything going on in the earth, all right, prophecy, which of course that's beautiful right there. Prophecy going on because you see the prophecy going forth, no matter how terrible it is, you can't just help but marvel at the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and praise the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Thawada Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That things are starting to escalate, that things have started to barrel down up to the end, that we're circling the dream of this kingdom. That Babylon is falling, it's broken in pieces, and the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is drawing nearer and nearer and nearer. All right, so these prophecies are beautiful, okay, and they are nothing to fear. Okay, when you see these new mandates going out, talking about passports, okay, nothing to fear because we believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We trust in Him, and as it is written, and let me get that. What is written? First Corinthians. So okay, this is Ephesians. First Corinthians. I did it again, so okay. First Corinthians 10, verse 13. First Corinthians 10, verse 13. There hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. All right, so that's just a little bit of exhortation for myself and for the Akim out there. That basically, man, the Most High will not tempt us above what we are able to bear. I will also make a way for us to escape it. So if we are of the elect, because that's what I usually tell myself, that so long as I am of the elect, that I will be delivered, I will be saved. All right, so that's why we pray and we do this work to make our calling and election sure. And we are doing all this work, we are keeping the faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, we are keeping the commandments to the best of our ability in order to make our calling and election sure, in order to make sure that we are of that number, that we are of the elect, so that we can actually be delivered from this kingdom. So yeah, I'm going to end it right there with that. Let's give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Basham Racha Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit. I hope you Akim and you are quite edified. Shalom.